The chamber is open and full of whispers.
The great hall glows with floating candles. 4 long tables filled with students. First years line up at the front, nervous, excited, whispering. Professor McGonagall holds the sorting hat, calls the first name. Potter, Harry. The hall erupts in whispers. Harry Potter? The boy who lived? Is it really him? Harry walks forward. Small for his age, messy black hair, green eyes behind round glasses. He sits on the stool. The hat descends over his eyes. Silence. Inside Harry's mind, the hat speaks. Difficult. Very difficult. Plenty of courage, I see. Not a bad mind either. There's talent, oh my goodness, yes. And a nice thirst to prove yourself now that's interesting, Harry thinks. Not Slytherin, not Slytherin, not Slytherin, eh? Are you sure? You could be great, you know. It's all here in your head. And Slytherin will help you on the way to greatness, no doubt about that. Please. Anywhere but Slytherin. The hat pauses, then speaks differently. Low. Urgent. You could be great in Slytherin, yes, but you won't be alone there. The war is coming, Harry Potter, and you'll need soldiers who think like you do. Harry's eyes widen. What war? The one that never ended. The one waiting for you. Slytherin will give you the tools to survive it. Aloud, the hat shouts, Slytherin! The hall goes silent. Absolute. Stunned. Then the Slytherin table erupts. Confused applause. Uncertain, we got Potter. Harry Potter is a Slytherin. Harry walks to the green and silver table. Sits at the end. Alone. The Gryffindor table is whispering. Betrayed us before he even started. Dark wizard, just like his scar proves. McGonagall calls the next name. Weasley, Ronald. A tall, gangly boy with red hair and freckles walks forward. 6th Weasley to be sorted. Every other one went to Gryffindor. Ron sits on the stool. The hat barely touches his head. 30 seconds. Inside Ron's mind. Ah, a Weasley. But not like the others, are you? You want glory, but you're willing to earn it through cunning. You want recognition, but you know it requires strategy. You have the mind of a General Ronald Weasley, and generals belong in Slytherin. Aloud, Slytherin. The hall gasps. A Weasley in Slytherin? That's impossible. In the stands, Bill Weasley, visiting for a ministry work presentation, stares. Their mother, Molly Weasley, faints. Ron walks to the Slytherin table, face red. Defiant. Sits next to Harry. Neither speaks. More names. Then, Granger, Hermione. A bushy-haired girl with brown eyes and front teeth slightly too large walks forward. Confident stride. She sits. The hat descends. 5 minutes. The longest sorting anyone has seen in years. Inside Hermione's mind, oh my, what a mind. Brilliant. Hungry for knowledge. Ravenclaw would suit you perfectly. Yes, Ravenclaw, I need to learn. But you need to survive first. What? You're Muggle-born. The wizarding world is not kind to your kind. In Ravenclaw, you'll study. In Slytherin, you'll learn to protect yourself. I can protect myself with knowledge. Knowledge without power is useless. Power without strategy is suicide. You need both, Miss Granger, and you need allies. The hat shows her a vision. Harry and Ron sitting alone at the Slytherin table. 3 outcasts together. The hat whispers, survive first, then rule later. Hermione takes a breath. Aloud, the hat shouts, Slytherin! The hall is in chaos now. A Muggle born in Slytherin? This is wrong. Dumbledore is insane for allowing this. Hermione walks to the table, sits across from Harry and Ron. 3 first years, isolated, surrounded by hostile older students. Nobody speaks to them. The sorting continues. Malfoy, Draco, Slytherin as expected, not Theodore, Slytherin, Parkinson, Pansy, Slytherin. The feast begins. Food appears. The older Slytherins talk among themselves. Ignoring the 3 outcasts completely, Harry looks at Ron. Ron looks at Hermione. Hermione looks at both. She speaks quietly. We're not wanted here. Ron snorts. Tell me something I don't know. My mum fainted. Harry adds. The whole school hates us already. Hermione's eyes harden. Then we make them need us. How? By being better than them, smarter, stronger, more useful. We become indispensable. Ron considers, you mean we form an alliance? Hermione nods. More than that, a pact. Harry leans forward. What kind of pact? The kind that keeps us alive. September 2nd, 1991. Slytherin common room, night. The common room is cold. Stone walls, green tapestries, lake windows casting eerie light. The 3 first years sit in a corner, away from everyone else. Older students whisper, "Look at them, the blood traitor, the mudblood, and the celebrity, pathetic." Harry clenches his fists. Hermione places a hand on his arm. "Ignore them. We have work to do." She pulls out a book, Advanced Binding Theory. Found this in the library today. Gray magic section? Gray magic? Not dark, not light. Practical, blood oaths, binding contracts, magic that holds when everything else fails. Ron leans in. "You want us to make a blood oath? I want us to make a pact of necessity. Betray one, betray all, together or nothing." Harry looks at her. "You're serious." "I've never been more serious. We're alone. Gryffindor hates us for betraying them. Slytherin hates us for existing. We need to trust each other absolutely." Ron extends his hand. "I'm in. Better than going it alone." Harry hesitates, then nods. "All right. Together or nothing." Hermione pulls out a small knife, borrowed from the potions classroom. She cuts her palm, speaks words from the book. "By blood and bond we 3 are tied. Betray one and all 3 die. In Slytherin's den we make our stand. Together we rise hand in hand." She passes the knife to Ron. He cuts his palm, repeats the words, then Harry. They clasp hands, 3 bleeding palms pressed together, magic flares, gold and green light. The cuts heal instantly, leaving thin white scars, 3 lines forming a triangle. The triquetra, it's done. Ron looks at his hand. "I feel different." Hermione nods. "We're bound now, magically. If one of us betrays the others, the oath will punish us." "What kind of punishment? Death, probably. Or worse." Ron goes pale. "Blimey. You don't do things by halves, do you?" Hermione smiles, cold, determined. "Neither do our enemies. So neither will we." September 10th, 1991. Great Hall breakfast. The trio sits at the Slytherin table. Eating in silence, Draco Malfoy approaches, flanked by Crabbe and Goyle. "Well, well. The reject squad. Tell me, Potter, how does it feel to be sorted into the house that tried to kill your parents?" Harry looks up, expression neutral. "How does it feel to have a father who bought your way onto the Quidditch team before you even started school?" Draco's face flushes. "You don't know what you're talking about," Hermione interjects. "Everyone knows Lucius Malfoy donates heavily to Slytherin House. It's public record. I checked." Draco turns to her. "Nobody asked you, mudblood." Ron stands, tall for an 11-year-old. "Say that again." Draco smirks. "What's the matter, Weasley? Defending your mudblood friend? How noble. How Gryffindor." Ron's jaw clenches. "How about this? You and me, wizard's chess, tonight." Loser admits publicly they're worthless. Draco laughs. "You want to challenge me? I've been playing since I was 4. Then you should win easily. Unless you're scared. The older Slytherins are watching now. Interested. Draco can't back down without losing face. Fine. Common room. 8 o'clock. Prepare to be humiliated, blood traitor. He walks away. Crabbe and Goyle follow. Harry looks at Ron. "Can you beat him?" Ron grins. "Not sure. But Hermione can." "What?" Last night Hermione stayed up researching chess strategies. She found something called the Grindelwald Gambit. Hermione nods. Aggressive opening. High risk. But if executed correctly, it corners the opponent in 12 moves. You memorized it? I memorized 20 variations. Ron has the tactical mind. Together we'll destroy him. September 10th, 1991. Slytherin Common Room. 8 p.m. The entire house gathers. A chessboard floats in the center. Ron sits on one side, Draco on the other. The pieces are enchanted, large, detailed, ready for battle. Hermione stands behind Ron, whispering strategies. Harry watches. Draco moves first, pawn to e4. Standard opening. Ron counters. Pawn to c5. Sicilian defense. Draco smirks. Predictable. 5 moves and Hermione whispers. Grindelwald Gambit now. Ron sacrifices his knight. Draco takes it eagerly, then realizes his king is exposed. Ron's rook moves. Check. Draco blocks with his bishop. Ron's queen advances. Checkmate in 3 moves. Draco sees it, tries to counter. But there's no escape. Ron's knight takes Draco's queen, Draco's king falls. The game is over. 12 moves exactly. The common roux is silent. Then one older student claps. Slowly, others join. Not warm applause, but acknowledgement. Ron stands, extends his hand to Draco. Draco stares at it, face red with humiliation, turns and leaves. Ron lowers his hand. Hermione smiles. They're watching us now. Harry agrees. Good. Let them watch. October 15th, 1991. Hogwarts Library Restricted Section. The trio sits at a table. Books piled high. Hermione reads Advanced Charms Theory. Ron studies defensive strategies through history. Harry practices Parseltongue pronunciation from a linguistics text. Madame Pince watches them suspiciously. But Hermione has been nothing but respectful, sweet-talking the librarian about proper book care. Pince allows them access to restricted texts. With supervision, Harry points to a passage. Look at this. Nicholas Flamel, famous alchemist, created the Philosopher's Stone. Hermione leans over. The stone grants immortality. Why are you researching this? Hagrid mentioned it. Accidentally. Said Dumbledore is hiding something at Hogwarts. Something Fluffy is guarding. Ron looks up. Fluffy, three-headed dog? Hagrid showed me. Hermione's eyes widen. A three-headed dog guarding something. That's not standard Hogwarts security. She pulls out a map of the castle, spreads it on the table. Where is Fluffy located? 3rd floor. Right-hand corridor. Hermione traces the layout. That corridor is isolated. Ground floor access only. The ceiling height is 15 feet minimum, too large for normal castle doors, which means whatever Fluffy is guarding requires space, or the Guardian itself requires space, Ron adds. And if Dumbledore is hiding it, the stone must be here. Harry nods. So we need to figure out how to get past Fluffy. Why would we want to? Hermione's voice is sharp. Because if Hagrid knows about it, so do others. And if someone wants to steal the stone, they'll use the chaos to attack students. We need to understand the defenses to counter any theft attempt. That's actually smart. Of course it is. They continue researching. Weeks pass. By late October, they have a complete theory. Fluffy guards a trap door. Beneath, a series of magical obstacles, likely created by the teachers. The stone is at the end. October 31st, 1991. Halloween feast. The troll incident. The Great Hall is decorated. Live bats, floating pumpkins. Orange banners. The trio sits at the Slytherin table. Eating quietly. Hermione is absent. Where is she? Library. Researching the Flamel connection further. During a feast, you know Hermione? Books over food. Suddenly, Professor Quirrell bursts through the doors. Running. Screaming. Troll! In the dungeons! Thought you ought to know. He faints dramatically. Chaos erupts. Students screaming. Standing. Panicking. Dumbledore fires purple sparks from his wand. Silence. Everyone freezes. Prefects lead your houses back to dormitories immediately. Teachers follow me to the dungeons. The students file out. Harry grabs Ron's arm. Hermione. She's in the library. The library is on the 2nd floor. The dungeons are below. Ron. Harry's voice is urgent. The troll didn't wander to the dungeons. Someone let it in, and if they wanted to target a Muggleborn, they run. Through corridors. Up staircases. Reach the library. The door is open. Inside, chaos, books scattered, tables overturned. And Hermione backed into a corner, a 12-foot mountain troll advancing. Club raised, Hermione, Harry yells. The troll turns. Stupid. Slow, but massive. Ron casts Wingardium Leviosa. The club lifts from the troll's hand, floats, then drops. Onto the troll's head it staggers, but doesn't fall. Hermione acts. Lumos Maxima. Brilliant light erupts from her wand. Blinding. The troll roars, covers its face. Hermione follows up. Incendio. Fire shoots from her wand, hits the troll's nose. Trolls have acute smell. The burning agony disorients it completely. It falls backward, crashes through a bookshelf. Unconscious. The teachers arrive. McGonagall, Snape, Quirrell trailing behind. McGonagall is horrified. What on earth were you thinking? You could have been killed. Hermione steps forward, calm, composed. The troll attacked me, Professor. In the library, Harry and Ron came to help. We defended ourselves. Snape studies them. Expression unreadable. defended yourselves with second-year spells and tactical coordination. Impressive. For first years, McGonagall is torn. 5 points from Slytherin for endangering yourselves, but 20 points to Slytherin for defeating a fully grown mountain troll. She leaves. Visibly shaken, Snape lingers. Looks at Hermione. The troll attacked you intentionally, Miss Granger. Curious. Trolls are not known for targeting specific students. Unless directed. He sweeps away, leaving the implication hanging. The trio walks back to the common room. Hermione speaks quietly. Someone tried to kill me tonight. We know. And whoever it was is still out there. Then we stay together. Always. June 1992, the Stone Heist. 3rd floor corridor. The trio stands before the locked door. Midnight. Harry wears his invisibility cloak, retrieved from an anonymous Christmas gift. Hermione unlocks the door. Alohomora. Inside, fluffy, 3 massive heads, drool pooling beneath it. Sleeping. A magical harp plays itself in the corner. Harry steps forward, speaks parcel tongue. Soft sibilant. Sleep deep guardian. Let us pass. We protect what you protect. The harp's magic strengthens. They move past it, open the trapdoor, drop through, land on something soft, devil's snare. The plant wraps around them. Hermione stays calm. Devil's snare. It hates light and warmth. Ron is panicking. We're being strangled. Relax, Ron. Stop struggling. How can I relax? Harry forces himself still. Trust Hermione. Ron stops fighting. They sink through the plant. Drop to stone floor below. Hermione casts. Lumo Solum. The devil's snare recoils. They're through. Next chamber, flying keys. Hundreds of them, buzzing. Darting. A door at the far end. Locked. Old-fashioned keyhole. Hermione examines it. We need an old silver key. Large bit. Bent wing. Ron watches the keys. Calculating. There. That one. He points. It's flying in a figure 8 pattern, repeating every 12 seconds. If we time it, Harry grabs a broom from the wall, mounts it. Tell me when. Ron counts. 3, 2, 1. Now, Harry shoots forward. Catches the key. Lands. They unlock the door. Next chamber, a giant chessboard. Life-sized pieces. Ron steps forward. This is mine. He studies the board. Black pieces are already positioned. We need to play white. They take positions. Ron directs them. Harry, you're a bishop. Hermione, you're a castle. I'm a knight. The game begins. Ron's commands are precise, tactical, but the black pieces are brutal, smashing white pieces to rubble. Finally, Ron sees it, the winning move, but it requires sacrifice. He looks at Harry and Hermione. I'm the lieutenant. You're the general. Go. Ron rides his knight forward, directly into the Black Queen's path. The Queen smashes his piece. Ron falls, unconscious. But the path is clear. Harry moves his bishop. Checkmate. The White King bows. The door opens. Hermione kneels by Ron. He's breathing. Stable. We need to go on. Harry nods. They enter the final chamber. A man stands before the mirror of Erised. Not Snape. Quirrell. He turns. Face cold. Welcome, Mr. Potter. Miss Granger. I've been waiting. June 1992. Final chamber, the mirror. Quirrell doesn't stutter. His voice is clear, confident. You've been quite the thorn Slytherins, ruining the house's reputation with your tolerance. Harry steps forward. Wand raised. You let the troll in. Quirrell smiles, guilty. I needed a distraction to check the 3rd floor. But you 3, insisting on protecting the mudblood, how disappointingly Gryffindor. Hermione casts. Incendio. Quirrell blocks it. Protego. The duel begins. Quirrell is skilled, adult wizard. Against 2 first years, but they've trained. Harry uses parcel tongue. Serpensortia, a snake appears. Attacks Quirrell's legs, distracts him. Hermione casts a stunning spell, hits. Quirrell staggers, but doesn't fall. A voice speaks, not Quirrell's. Cold, hissing. Let me speak to him. Quirrell turns. The back of his head is revealed. A face, pale, serpentine, Voldemort's wraith, parasitic, possessing Quirrell. Harry Potter, at last we meet properly. Harry doesn't flinch. You're dead. Am I? I who have gone further than anybody along the path to immortality? I am immortal, a fragment, but immortal nonetheless. Hermione's eyes widen. Horcrux, Voldemort's face smiles. Clever girl, yes, I am a piece of something greater, and you cannot destroy me. Harry meets those red eyes. Then I'll settle for trapping you. Quirrell collapses. The possession breaking his body, the wraith tries to escape. Hermione casts a containment charm, gray magic. Learned from the restricted section, a silver cage forms, traps the wraith inside. It shrieks, impotent rage. Fawkes appears, Phoenix song filling the chamber. Dumbledore arrives seconds later. What have you done? Harry holds the silver cage. Caught a piece of Voldemort. You're welcome. Dumbledore's face is grave. This is beyond first-year magic. We're not typical first years, Hermione adds. Clearly. June 1992 end-of-year feast. The statement, the Great Hall is decorated, green and silver. Slytherin won the House Cup. By traditional points, Dumbledore stands. Another year gone, and what a year it has been. I am pleased to award the House Cup to Slytherin. However, recent events require recognition. Last-minute points. The hall buzzes. To Miss Hermione Granger for cool intellect in the face of danger. 50 points. To Mr. Ronald Weasley for the finest chess game Hogwarts has seen in years. 60 points. To Mr. Harry Potter for pure nerve and outstanding courage. 70 points. He pauses, which means Gryffindor wins the House Cup. The Gryffindor table erupts, cheering, celebrating. The Slytherin table is silent. Furious, Harry stands. The hall quiets. We saved the Philosopher's Stone. We defeated a dark wizard possessing a teacher. We risked our lives to protect the school. And you rewarded the house that did nothing, noted Headmaster. He sits. The hall is silent. Dumbledore's eyes lose their twinkle. Mr. Potter. Hermione stands. The points were earned fairly, Professor, but the optics are clear. Slytherin saves the school. Gryffindor gets rewarded. Message received. She sits. Ron stays seated. But his expression says everything. At the staff table, Snape hides a smile. Dumbledore continues the feast. But the damage is done. The trio has made their statement. We're not your pawns. We're not your heroes. We're Slytherins. And we play to win. September 1992, Hogwarts Express, platform 9 3/4. The trio boards the train. Second year, they've grown. Not just physically. Harry carries himself differently. Confident. Calculating. Ron is taller. Broader. Hermione's hair is tamed. Her robe's immaculate. They find a compartment. Ron locks the door. Hermione casts a silencing charm. Harry speaks. This year will be different. How so? Last year we reacted. This year we act. Slytherin has treated us like outsiders long enough. Time to change that. Hermione pulls out a list. I've researched every prominent Slytherin student, their families, their allegiances, their weaknesses. She spreads it on the seat. Draco Malfoy. Father is a Death Eater, desperate for approval. Theodore Nott. Father is also a Death Eater, quiet, observant, dangerous. Daphne Greengrass. Neutral family, pure blood but not supremacist. Blaise Zabini. Mother has married 7 times. All died mysteriously. Wealth-focused, Pansy Parkinson. Follows Draco, no independent thought. Ron studies the list, so who do we target? Daphne and Blaise. They're not fanatics, they're pragmatists. And pragmatists recognize power. Harry agrees. We offer them protection. Information, alliance. In exchange for public support. What kind of protection? Hermione smiles. The kind only we can provide. October 1992. Slytherin Common Room. The whispers begin. Late at night, the trio sits by the fire. Harry hears something. A voice. Distant. Hissing. Come. Come to me. Let me rip you. Let me tear you. He stands. Rigid. Ron notices. Harry, do you hear that? Hear what? The voice. It's in the walls. Hermione's eyes widen. What's it saying? It wants to kill, to rip, to tear. She pulls him down. Sit. Don't react. Others are watching. Harry forces himself calm. What was that? I don't know. But if you're hearing voices in the walls, that's parcel tongue, which means whatever it is, it's a serpent. A big one. October 31st, 1992, second floor corridor, the first attack. Halloween again. The feast is ongoing. But Hermione stayed behind. Researching in the library, she walks through the corridor, heading back to the dungeons, sees Mrs. Norris, Filch's cat hanging by her tail from a torch bracket, stiff, petrified. On the wall above, written in blood, "The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the heir beware." Hermione steps back. Students flood out of the great hall. Feast ended early. They see her standing there. "See the message. See the cat," Draco Malfoy points. "Look, Granger found it. She probably did it. Mudblood attacking cats." Filch arrives, sees his cat. My cat, you've killed my cat." He lunges at Hermione. Dumbledore intervenes. "She is not dead, Argus. She is petrified. Then she did it, that mudblood Slytherin." Hermione meets Filch's eyes. "I found her. I didn't do this." Dumbledore examines the message. "The Chamber of Secrets. I thought that was just a story." Hermione's mind races. She knows the legend. Salazar Slytherin built a secret chamber, left a monster inside. Only his heir could control it. The heir would purge the school of Muggle-borns. Harry and Ron arrive, push through the crowd, stand beside Hermione. Harry reads the message, then looks at the students. They're all staring at him, whispering. "Potter can talk to snakes. The heir must be him. He's going to kill all the Muggle-borns." Harry doesn't deny it. He meets their eyes, cold, calculating. Lets the fear settle. Later in the common room, Hermione hisses. "Why didn't you deny it? Because fear is useful, Harry. If they think you're the heir, good. Let them think it, let them fear us. We can use that." Ron is uncertain. "This is dangerous, mate. So is everything else. We lean into it. Become what they fear. And control the narrative." Hermione considers. Then nods slowly. "All right, but we need to research blood supremacy. Learn to speak like a pure-blood lord. If we're playing this role, we play it perfectly." December 1992. Library, the strategy. Hermione has stacks of books. Toujours pour, the Sacred 28. Pure-blood politics through the ages. The art of wizarding rhetoric. She teaches Harry how to stand, how to speak, how to command. You are not asking, you are declaring. Pure blood lords don't request, they state. Try again. Harry straightens, voice cold. The chamber has been opened. The heir has returned. Those who oppose will be dealt with accordingly. Better. Ron, you're his enforcer. You stand behind him, silent, threatening. Ron nods. I can do threatening, good, because we're about to address the entire house. December 15th, 1992. Slytherin Common Room. The declaration the trio enters. The entire house is gathered, murmuring, whispering. Harry walks to the center. Ron flanks him. Hermione stands to the side. Observing, Harry speaks, voice carrying. You've all heard the rumors. The chamber is open. The heir has returned. You've looked at me with suspicion, with fear. Good. The room is silent. You wonder if I am the heir, if I command the monster. I will not confirm or deny, but I will say this. The heir protects Slytherin, protects our house. If you stand with us, you will be safe. If you stand against us, he lets the threat hang. Draco Malfoy steps forward, shaking but defiant. You're not a real pure-blood Potter. You can't claim the heir's mantle. Harry doesn't blink. Can't I? I speak Parseltongue, Slytherin's own gift. What can you do, Malfoy? Besides hide behind your father's gold? Draco's face flushes. But he has no response. Harry turns to the house. This is not about blood. This is about power, and power respects strength, not purity. Daphne Greengrass stands, calm, calculating. If you're the heir, prove it. Open the chamber. Harry meets her eyes. When the time is right, I will. Until then, choose your side carefully. He walks away. Ron follows. Hermione lingers, makes eye contact with Daphne, nods once. The game has begun. February 1993. Second floor corridor. Hermione's petrification. Hermione is researching, near Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. She's close to something, a breakthrough. The basilisk theory. She has a note, half written. Then she sees it, reflected in her mirror. A giant serpent. Yellow eyes. She freezes. Turns to stone. The mirror shatters. Hours later, Harry finds her, stiff, petrified, holding the note. He reads it. His blood runs cold. Basilisk, Serpent King, kills with direct eye contact, petrifies through indirect reflection, lives for centuries. Chamber of Secrets. Harry clutches the note. Ron arrives, sees Hermione. His face drains. No, 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 no. Harry's voice is ice. She figured it out. The monster is a basilisk, and someone is controlling it. We need to find the chamber. How? By following the voice only I can hear. May 1993, the abduction, Ginny Weasley. Ron receives a note. Found near the bathroom, her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever. Ron's hands shake. Ginny. They took Ginny. Harry grabs his shoulders. Listen to me. We will save her. But I need you focused. How can I focus? She's my sister, and she's not dead yet. The message said skeleton, future tense, which means we have time. But not much. Ron takes a breath, forces himself calm. What do you need? Your absolute loyalty after this. When I save her. You owe me everything. Ron meets his eyes. If you save her, I'll follow you into hell. Good, because that's where we're going. May 1993, Chamber of Secrets. The Hare's Conquest. Harry descends alone, through the tunnel, into the chamber. Massive, ancient, carved serpents. Salazar Slytherin's statue. Ginny lies at its base. Pale, barely breathing, a figure stands over her. A boy, 16, handsome but translucent. A memory, Tom Riddle. Hello, Harry Potter. I've been waiting for you. Who are you? I am a memory, preserved in a diary. Tom Marvolo Riddle, the last heir of Slytherin. And I am about to kill your friend. Harry's wand is steady. You're Voldemort. Clever boy. Yes, I am Lord Voldemort. Or I was. Or I will be. Time is such a curious thing. Why Ginny? Because she trusted me, poured her heart into my diary, gave me her life force, her magic, and soon I will be corporeal again. Harry steps forward. You won't touch her. Riddle laughs. And what will you do? You're just a second year. I am the heir of Slytherin. So am I. Through conquest. Riddle's smile fades. What? Harry speaks parcel tongue. Loud, commanding. Speak to me, Slytherin, greatest of the Hogwarts Four. The statue's mouth opens. A massive serpent emerges. 60 feet long, green scales, yellow eyes. The basilisk. Riddle smiles again. Yes, kill him, basilisk. Kill the intruder. Harry speaks again. Parcel tongue pure and cold. I am the heir of Slytherin through right of conquest. You will serve me, or I will end you. The basilisk stops. Confused. Torn between two masters, Riddle's voice or Harry's. Harry continues. Your last master is dead. This is a memory, a ghost. I am alive. I am here. I command you. Sleep. The basilisk lowers its head, obeys, coils around the statue, eyes closing. Riddle screams. No, no, you can't. Harry advances, picks up Ginny. She's breathing. Fawkes appears. Dumbledore's phoenix brings the sorting hat. A sword emerges. Ruby-encrusted, Gryffindor's sword. Harry takes it. Stabs the diary Riddle dropped. Ink pours out. Riddle dissolves. Screaming, but Harry keeps a fragment. A single page. Torn from the diary. Hidden in his robes. Dangerous, but useful for study. The chamber is his now. September 1993, Hogwarts Express, the Dementor third year. The trio sits in their compartment. Ginny sits with them. Quiet, traumatized, but alive. The train slows, stops. Not at Hogsmeade yet. The lights flicker. Cold seeps in. Frost forms on the windows. Ron shivers. What's happening? The compartment door slides open. A figure enters. Cloaked, hooded, Dementor. It glides forward. Ron and Ginny freeze. Hermione gasps. Harry feels it, the pull. His worst memory, not his parents' death. That's a story, not a memory. His worst memory is worse. It's the moment he realized. He'll never be normal. He'll never fit in Gryffindor. He'll always be feared in Slytherin. He's alone, forever alone. The Dementor feeds. Harry collapses. Then a spell. Expecto Patronum. Silver light fills the compartment. The Dementor flees. A man stands in the doorway. Shabby robes, graying hair, scars across his face. Professor Remus Lupin, new defense against the dark arts teacher. He hands Harry chocolate. Eat, you'll feel better. Harry eats mechanically. What was that thing? A Dementor. Guard of Azkaban prison. They're searching the train for Sirius Black. Harry's head snaps up. Sirius Black, his parents' betrayer, his godfather. The man who gave them to Voldemort. Lupin sees his expression. You know who he is. Everyone knows who he is. He's a mass murderer, yes. And he's escaped, heading this way, toward Hogwarts, toward me. We don't know that, but Harry knows. Black is coming for him to finish what Voldemort started. September 1993, Slytherin Common Room. The hunt begins. Harry paces. Sirius Black killed 13 people, betrayed my parents to Voldemort. And now he's free. Hermione is researching. Stacks of old newspapers. Trial transcripts. I've been looking into Black's trial. There wasn't one. What? No trial. He was sent to Azkaban without due process, based on eyewitness accounts and physical evidence, but no formal hearing. That's unusual. It's illegal. Even in wartime, the Wizengamot requires trials. So what does that mean? It means there's something wrong with the official story. Ron looks up. Maybe he didn't do it. Or maybe he did and the ministry didn't want a public trial. Either way, we need to find him first. Why? Because if he didn't do it, we need to know. And if he did, I want answers. October 1993, Marauders map discovery. The trio is in a secret passage, stolen from Filch's office in their first year, along with other confiscated items. One item, a blank piece of parchment. Harry examines it. This looks old. Hermione takes it. There's magic here. Protective enchantments. She pulls out her wand. Speaks, I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Ink spreads across the parchment. Forms words. Messrs. Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs, purveyors of aids to magical mischief makers, are proud to present the Marauders Map. Ron's eyes widen. A map of Hogwarts. More than that, it shows everyone. Where they are. Real time. Harry studies the map. This is perfect. We can track Black when he enters the castle, and we can plan accordingly. October 31st, 1993. The Shrieking Shack. Early confrontation. The trio doesn't wait. They track Sirius using the map. He's in Hogsmeade, hiding in the Shrieking Shack. They corner him in October, not June. 3 months early. They enter the shack, wands raised. Sirius Black is gaunt, hollow-eyed, desperate. Looks more animal than human. He sees Harry, freezes. You look just like James. Don't talk about my father. Harry, I didn't betray them. Liar. It was Peter. Peter Pettigrew. He was the secret keeper, not me. Ron's face twists. Pettigrew is dead. You killed him. No! He faked his death. He's alive. He's an animagus, a rat, and he's been hiding as what? Before Sirius can answer, Remus Lupin enters, wand drawn. Sirius. Remus. They stare at each other, then Lupin lowers his wand. You're telling the truth, aren't you? I've been telling the truth for 12 years, but nobody listened. Lupin turns to the trio. Peter Pettigrew was the fourth marauder. We were all animagi, unregistered. Peter was a rat, Sirius a dog, James a stag, and you, a werewolf. Hermione gasps. That's why you're scarred. That's why you're always sick during full moons. Lupin nods. Yes, and Peter. He cut off his finger, caused an explosion, framed Sirius, then lived as a rat for 12 years. Where? The Weasley family rat. Scabbers. Ron goes pale. Scabbers? But he's been in my family for 12 years, exactly. October 1993. The Animagus reveal. They force Scabbers to transform. Lupin casts the spell. The rat writhes, becomes a man, short, balding, watery eyes. Peter Pettigrew, alive. Ron stumbles back. I had him for years. Peter tries to run. Harry casts Petrificus Totalis. Peter freezes, falls. Sirius advances. You sold them, Peter. You sold James and Lily to Voldemort. Peter whimpers. I didn't have a choice. The Dark Lord would have killed me, so you let him kill them instead. Harry steps forward, voice cold. My parents trusted you. They made you their secret keeper, and you gave them to a monster. Peter's face is pale. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't bring them back. Harry turns to Sirius. You watched me for 2 years. At Hogwarts, you knew I was in Slytherin, that I was treated like a weapon. Where were you? Sirius meets his eyes. I was waiting. For what? For you to be strong enough to survive what I'd teach you. What does that mean? Harry, your parents didn't just die. They left you power, magic, legacy, and I can teach you to use it. But only if you're ready. November 1993, Hogsmeade, the Grey Arts. Sirius settles in Hogsmeade, using Polyjuice Potion to disguise himself. Different faces each meeting. He teaches them in the Shrieking Shack. Grey magic. Memory walking first. Close your eyes. Focus on a memory. I'll enter your mind. You'll relive it. But this time, you'll see it differently. With tactical awareness, he enters Harry's memory. The troll fight. They relive it. But Sirius narrates, you hesitated here. The troll turned faster than you expected. Next time, cast before it completes the turn. Hermione, your Lumos was perfect. But you didn't follow up. Fire only distracts. You need to incapacitate. Ron, your levitation saved them. But you telegraphed the spell. Your wand movement was too obvious. They train weeks, months. Memory walking becomes second nature. Blood ward theory next. Your mother's protection, Harry. It's in your blood. You can extend it to those you consider family. It's gray magic. Not dark, but not light either. It requires sacrifice, intent, will. Harry focuses, thinks of Hermione, Ron, casts, golden light surrounds them. The blood word settles. They're protected now. As long as Harry lives, as long as he considers them family. Combat transfiguration last. Don't just duel. Control the battlefield. Turn the environment into weapons. Sirius demonstrates. Transfigures rocks into birds. They attack on command. Transfigures his opponent's clothes into chains. Immobilizes them. This is how you fight when you're outnumbered. Ron struggles. His transfiguration is weak. But he perseveres. Hermione excels. Sharp, precise, creative. Harry learns to channel his rage into focus, into precision, into power. December 1993, Quidditch match, the Patronus Gryffindor versus Slytherin. Harry is Seeker, 3rd year on the team. The match is brutal, cold, stormy. Dementors swarm the pitch. Drawn by the excitement, the players falter, fear overwhelming them. Harry feels the pull, the cold, but he doesn't fall. He focuses, thinks of his pact with Ron and Hermione, together or nothing. He casts Expecto Patronum. Silver light erupts. The Patronus forms, not a stag, a hybrid, serpent body, stag head, antlers and scales. It charges the Dementors, drives them away. The entire school watches, silent, stunned. Harry catches the snitch. Lands. The Slytherin team surrounds him, cheering. At the staff table, Snape's face is unreadable. At the Gryffindor table, Dumbledore looks troubled. In the stands, Sirius Black watches. Proud. His godson has become something new. Not Gryffindor, not Slytherin, something between. Something dangerous. Something powerful. The Shadow King is rising. September 1994. Hogwarts, Great Hall, the announcement. 4th year begins. The hall is packed. Students from 3 schools. Hogwarts, Beaux Batons, Durmstrang. Dumbledore stands. Eyes twinkling. I am pleased to announce that Hogwarts will host the Triwizard Tournament this year. Gasps, excitement, a magical competition between the 3 schools. 1 champion from each. 3 dangerous tasks. Eternal glory awaits the winner. The hall erupts in cheers. But Dumbledore raises his hand. Due to the tournament's dangerous nature, an age restriction has been imposed. Only students of 17 years or older may enter their names. Groans of disappointment. The Goblet of Fire will select our champions on Halloween. A large stone goblet appears. Blue flames dancing inside. The trio watches from the Slytherin table. Harry leans close to Hermione. This feels wrong. What do you mean? I don't know. But something about this tournament, it's too convenient. Hermione considers, you think it's a trap? I think someone wants me involved. Then we prepare accordingly. October 31st, 1994, Halloween feast, the goblet's choice. The moment arrives. Dumbledore approaches the goblet. It flares red, spits out parchment. The Durmstrang champion is Victor Krum. Applause, cheering. Krum stands, stolid, professional. The goblet flares again. The Beauxbatons champion is Fleur de Lacour, a beautiful girl. Silver blonde hair, part Vila, she glides to the chamber beyond. The goblet flares a third time. The Hogwarts champion is Cedric Diggory. The Hufflepuffs roar. Cedric, handsome and popular, joins the others. Dumbledore smiles. Excellent. We now have our three. The goblet flares again. Angry, red, spits out a fourth name. Dumbledore catches it. His expression darkens. Harry Potter. Silence. Absolute. Stunned. Then chaos. He's not 17. How did he enter? Cheater. Harry doesn't move. Hermione grabs his arm under the table. Don't react. Let them talk. Ron on his other side. This is bad, mate, I know. Dumbledore's voice cuts through. Harry Potter, come forward. Harry stands. Walks to the front. Every eye on him. Hostile. Suspicious. He joins the champions. Confused. Angry, but calculating. November 1st, 1994. Champions Room, the binding contract. The champions gather, plus ministry officials, judges, teachers, Ludo Bagman jovial, Barty Crouch stern, Dumbledore grave. Did you put your name in the goblet, Mr. Potter? No, sir. Someone else did. Madame Maxime protests. This is outrageous. He is too young. Karkaroff agrees. Hogwarts now has 2 champions. Unacceptable. Moody's magical eye swivels. Someone wanted Potter in this tournament. Someone powerful. But why? Moody's voice is gruff. To kill him, obviously. Harry meets Moody's eye. Something flickers there. Something wrong. Snape speaks quietly. The Goblet of Fire constitutes a binding magical contract. Once a name is entered, the champion must compete, or their magic will be permanently bound. Harry's jaw clenches. Then I compete, but I didn't enter, and I will find out who did. November 2nd, 1994. Slytherin Common Room. The strategy. The trio sits in their usual corner. Hermione has already researched the goblet is an ancient artifact. Impossible to fool normally. But if someone used a powerful Confundus charm, they could trick it into thinking there were 4 schools. Harry nods. So someone very skilled, very powerful. Did this? The question is why. Ron adds, and what do they gain from you competing? Access. If I'm competing, I'm vulnerable, exposed. 3 tasks, 3 opportunities to kill you or capture you. For what? Hermione's eyes are sharp. For Voldemort, the room goes cold. He's still out there. We trapped part of him, but the rest remains. If someone wants to bring him back, they need Harry's blood, the protection your mother gave you. So the tournament is bait. Exactly, Harry stands. Then we don't just compete. We expose the trap. Every task, every moment, we're not trying to win. We're trying to find out who did this and kill them before they kill me. Ron grins. Now that's a plan I can support. November 24th, 1994. First task, the dragon. The stadium is packed. 4 dragons, 4 champions. Harry draws the Hungarian horntail, the most vicious breed. Black scales, bronze horns, 50 feet of rage. The other champions go first. Cedric transfigures a rock into a dog, distracts the dragon. Fleur tries a sleeping charm, partially succeeds. Krum uses a conjunctivitis curse, blinds his dragon. Harry's turn. He enters the enclosure. The horntail roars. Fire erupts. Harry doesn't summon his broom, that's what they expect. Instead, he uses Sirius's teaching. Combat transfiguration. He raises his wand. The rocks around the dragon shimmer, become mirrors, dozens of them, reflecting the dragon from every angle. The horntail sees itself, confused, disoriented, spinning, searching for the real threat. Harry speaks, parcel tongue, soft, non-threatening, sister of scales. I am not your enemy. Your young are safe. I seek only the false egg, the golden one that does not smell of life. The dragon stops, looks at him. Dragons are intelligent, ancient, proud. Many understand snake language, cousins of serpents through magic. The horntail considers, then carefully, delicately, nudges the golden egg toward Harry with her snout. Harry bows, respectfully, takes the egg, backs away slowly. The dragon watches him leave, then settles over her real eggs, protective, satisfied. The crowd erupts, stunned, amazed. He talked to a dragon, without fighting. The judges deliberate. Bagman is furious. That's not how the task works. Karkaroff is impressed, but it was effective, brilliant even. Dumbledore is deeply worried. Harry receives high marks, but not the highest. Cedric's speed edges him out. Harry doesn't care. He walks past the judges, toward Hermione and Ron. Did you see Moody? Hermione nods. He was watching you, not the dragon. You. Exactly. He's our suspect. February 24th, 1995. Second task. The Black Lake. The champions gather at the lake. 1 hour to retrieve something precious from the depths. Hermione found an alternative to gillyweed, an ancient charm. Serpent's Breath uses parcel-tongue-infused magic to breathe underwater. She teaches it to Harry. He casts it. His lungs adapt. Gills don't form. But he can breathe. He dives. The lake is dark, cold, murky. He swims deep, reaches the merpeople village. 4 hostages tied to stone pillars. Ron for Harry, Gabrielle for Fleur, Cho Chang for Cedric, and Hermione for Harry. Wait. 2 hostages for him? Harry understands. They took both his most precious. He swims to Hermione first, cuts her bonds. She floats upward, still unconscious under the charm. Then he looks at Ron, at Gabrielle. Fleur hasn't arrived yet, the merpeople watch. Clicking, hissing. Your task is to save your own hostage only. Harry speaks back. Parseltongue works underwater too. I will not leave a child to drown, or my brother in arms. Alliances win wars. He cuts Gabrielle free. Then Ron brings all 3 to the surface, breaks through, gasping. Hermione wakes, coughing. Ron sputters. Harry got you both. The judges are arguing. He exceeded the time limit, but he saved multiple hostages, including one not even his. They award him 2nd place. 1st for moral fiber, 2nd for time. Harry doesn't care about rankings. He looks at Moody again. The fake professor is watching, calculating, planning something. June 24th, 1995, 3rd task, the maze. The final task. A massive maze, filled with creatures, obstacles, traps. First to the Triwizard Cup wins. The champions enter. Harry moves carefully. Wand ready, he encounters a boggart. It transforms into Voldemort. Red eyes, hissing. Harry casts, ridiculous. The boggart explodes. He continues, meets a sphinx. She poses a riddle. Harry solves it quickly. Hermione drilled him on logic puzzles for weeks. Deeper into the maze, he finds Cedric, being attacked by a giant spider. Harry stuns it, helps Cedric up. Thanks, Potter. Don't mention it. They reach the center together. The cup glows. Blue. Ethereal. Cedric reaches for it. Harry grabs his arm. Wait. What? This is a port key. I know it is. How do you know? Call it instinct. If we take it, we'll be transported. Somewhere dangerous. Then we don't take it. Harry shakes his head. We have to. It's part of the plan. What plan? To expose whoever did this. But I need you ready to run if I say so. Cedric studies him. You're mad, Potter. Probably. But I'm also right. Together? Together they grab the cup. The world spins. Colors blur. They land hard. Tombstones. Dark. Cold. A cauldron bubbles over a fire. Wormtail stands beside it. Hooded. Trembling. A bundle in his arms. Something small, inhuman. Voldemort's rudimentary body, Harry and Cedric stand. Wands raised. Get back to the cup, Harry orders. They run. But Wormtail casts. The cup flies away. Out of reach. Then Voldemort's voice. High. Cold. Kill the spare. Wormtail raises his wand. Avada Kedavra. Green light. Harry shoves Cedric. Hard. The curse misses by inches. Run, Cedric! Get help! Cedric stumbles. Looks back. Sees Harry facing Wormtail alone. I can't leave you. You have to. Tell them. Tell everyone. Go. Cedric runs, disappears into the darkness, alive. Wormtail curses, tries to follow, but Harry casts. Stupefy, misses. Wormtail binds him instead. Incarcerus, ropes wrap around Harry, drag him to a tombstone. Tom Riddle Sr., died 1943. Harry struggles, can't break free. Wormtail begins the ritual. Bone of the father unknowingly given you will renew your son. He takes a bone from the grave, drops it in the cauldron. Flesh of the servant willingly given you will revive your master. He raises a knife, cuts off his own hand, screaming. Drops it in. Blood of the enemy forcibly taken you will resurrect your foe. He cuts Harry's arm, deep. Blood flows into the cauldron. It bubbles, froths, steams, turns red, then black, then white. A figure rises, tall, pale, hairless, red eyes, slit nostrils, serpentine, Voldemort. Reborn, he flexes his fingers, examines his body, laughs. Cold, cruel. My wand, Wormtail. Wormtail hands it over. Trembling, Voldemort tests it. Sparks shoot from the tip. Perfect. Now, he turns to Harry. Bound, bleeding, but not broken. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. Harry meets those red eyes. Not paralyzed by fear, cataloging every detail, every mask, every voice, every stance. Hermione will want names. Voldemort raises his wand. Mors Mordra, the dark mark erupts in the sky. Green skull, serpent tongue. Within minutes, Death Eaters arrive. Apparating, forming a circle. Masked, hooded. Harry counts. 12, 15, 20. He memorizes each one. Height, build, posture, the way they stand, the way they breathe. Voldemort speaks. Welcome, my friends. 13 years it has been. 13 years since we last met, and yet you answer my call. Some of you, I sense, have been faithful. Others, less so. He walks the circle. Stops at one. Lucius. The Death Eater kneels. My lord, I never abandoned. Crucio. Lucius screams. Voldemort lifts the curse. You abandoned me at the first sign of trouble. But you have been useful recently. You may yet prove your worth again. He continues the circle, names each one. McNair, Avery, Crabbe, Goyle, Knott. Harry memorizes every single name. Then Voldemort turns to him, and now, the guest of honor, Harry Potter, who survived my killing curse. I have questions, and you will answer. Harry says nothing, silent, defiant. Voldemort smiles, cuts the ropes binding Harry to the tombstone. Let us have a fair fight, a proper duel, between wizard and wizard. He tosses Harry's wand back. Harry catches it, wary. This is a game to Voldemort, a performance for his followers. Bow, Harry Potter. Harry doesn't bow. Voldemort forces him. Imperious curse. Harry's body bows against his will. Good. Now, we duel. Voldemort casts. Crucio. Harry dodges. Barely. Fires back. Stupefy. Voldemort blocks. Protego. The duel escalates. Harry is fast, trained. But Voldemort is a master. Decades of experience, dark magic at his command. A curse hits Harry, slashes his shoulder. He falls. Blood pouring. Voldemort advances. You fought well for a child. But this ends now. Avada Kedavra, the curse shoots forward. Harry raises his wand, not to block, but to connect. Expelliarmus, the spells meet. Gold light erupts. Priori incantatum. The wands lock, connected by golden thread. Beads of light appear, moving back and forth. Harry strains, pushes, forces the beads toward Voldemort. Voldemort's wand begins to regurgitate. Shadows appear, echoes of his victims. Cedric Diggory's father, Frank Bryce the gardener, Bertha Jorkins, then Lily Potter, James Potter, their faces, translucent, sad, but present. Lily speaks. Harry, you've grown so strong. Mum, run, sweetheart. When the connection breaks, run. But remember, James adds, you're the witness now. Tell them everything. Don't let our deaths be for nothing. The connection shatters. Harry runs, sprints toward where Cedric dropped, finds Cedric's body, grabs it, the cup, still a portkey. He touches it. The world spins. June 24th, 1995. Hogwarts, The Return. Harry crashes onto the grass. Cedric's body beside him. Alive, unconscious. But alive, the crowd screams. Confusion, panic. Dumbledore rushes forward. Harry stands, blood-soaked, exhausted, but burning with purpose. He's back. Voldemort is back. The crowd gasps. Fudge pushes forward. Nonsense, he's in shock. Harry rounds on him. I saw him. I watched him rise. I know the names. I know the faces. Every Death Eater in that circle. Fudge's face goes pale. You can't possibly. I memorized them, Minister. Every single one. And I will name them publicly. Unless you act now. Fudge stammers. Tries to silence him, but Dumbledore intervenes. Harry, come with me. Harry shakes his head. No, not yet. The school needs to know. Voldemort is back, and the Ministry will deny it, so we prepare for war. July 1995. The Internal Purge, Slytherin Common Room. Harry calls a meeting. Secret. Late night. Only Slytherin students. Those he trusts. Those whose parents were not Death Eaters, he speaks. I have a list. 20 Death Eaters who stood in that graveyard. Some of your parents are on it. Silence. Tension. You have a choice. Publicly denounce them. Write to the papers. To your families. To the Ministry. State clearly you do not support their actions. Or, he pauses, be cast out from the heir's protection. Draco Malfoy stands, shaking. My father, is he on the list? Harry meets his eyes. Yes. Draco's face crumbles. If I denounce him, he'll kill me. If you don't, I will. The room is silent. Draco sits, head in his hands. Then, slowly, he pulls out parchment, begins to write. A letter to the Daily Prophet. My father Lucius Malfoy is a Death Eater. He stood in the graveyard when Lord Voldemort returned. I renounce him. I renounce his beliefs. I stand with Harry Potter. He signs it to Harry. Trembling, Harry takes it. Nods once. You made the right choice. Draco says nothing, just walks away. Broken, but alive. August 1995. The Prophet Strike. Hermione writes an article. Detailed, precise, unflinching. The account of the graveyard. Every name, every face, every action. She doesn't send it to the Daily Prophet. They're controlled by the Ministry. Fudge will suppress it. Instead, she sends it to international papers. The International Wizarding Times, the French Magical Daily, the Salem Chronicle, papers Fudge can't touch. By September, the wizarding world is in chaos. Fudge tries to deny, calls it lies, propaganda, but the names are out there, the families are panicking. The Death Eaters are scrambling, and Harry Potter, 15 years old, has declared war. Fifth year begins with a new professor, Dolores Umbridge, pink cardigan, fake smile, cruel eyes. She delivers her speech at the feast, all about Ministry oversight, progress for progress's sake. Pruning wherever we find practices that should be prohibited. Hermione leans close to Harry. She's here to silence you, I know. Then we prepare. We already are. Umbridge's first class is a nightmare. Reading only, no practical magic. She lectures about Ministry-approved curriculum. The Dark Lord's return is a lie. Harry Potter is a disturbed boy seeking attention. Harry raises his hand. Yes, Mr. Potter. His voice is cold. I was there, Professor. I saw him, that's enough. I watched him rise from a cauldron. I dueled him. Detention, Mr. Potter, for telling the truth, for disrupting my class with lies. Harry stands, walks out. The class watches in stunned silence. That evening he reports to her office. You will write lines, Mr. Potter. What should I write? I must not tell lies how many times? As many as it takes for the lesson to sink in. She hands him a quill. Black, sharp, wrong. Use this. No ink necessary. Harry takes it, begins to write. I must not tell lies. The words appear on parchment and carve into his hand, blood seeping, the same words, etched into his skin. I must not tell lies. Harry doesn't flinch, doesn't cry out, just keeps writing, hour after hour. When he's dismissed, his hand is raw. Scarred, he returns to the common room. Hermione sees it, gasps. She used a blood quill on you. That's illegal. Everything Umbridge does is technically legal. Then we make it illegal. Harry shakes his head. No, we use it. Use torture, use the proof. I'll file a formal complaint to the Wessengamat. I hold the black seat now. Through Sirius's legal transfer, they'll have to acknowledge it. Ron adds, even if they don't rule in your favor, it's on record. Public. Permanent. Exactly. October 1995. The Serpent's Guard formation. Harry doesn't form the DA. That's a Gryffindor move. Reactive, defensive, hoping Dumbledore will save them. He forms something else. The Serpent's Guard, a secret army. Proactive, offensive, self-reliant, not in the room of requirement. Too obvious, too accessible. Umbridge could find it. Instead, the dungeon's hidden chambers Salazar Slytherin built, accessible only through Parseltongue. Harry speaks to a stone serpent carved into the dungeon wall, near the potions classroom. Open. I am the heir. Let me pass. The wall slides aside, reveals a staircase, spiraling down into chambers no one has entered for centuries. The space is perfect. Large, warded, ancient. Training dummies line the walls, self-repairing, enchanted to fight back. Hermione examines the wards. These are incredible. Salazar built them to last. No sound escapes, no magic can be detected from outside. We're completely hidden. Ron tests a training dummy, casts a stunner. The dummy blocks it, counters with a hex. Ron barely dodges. Bloody hell! These things actually fight. Harry nods. Good. We need real training. Not theory. Recruitment begins carefully. Slytherins first. Those proven loyal during the internal purge. Daphne Greengrass. Cool. Calculating. Deadly with a wand. Blaise Zabini. Observant. Quick. Never panics under pressure. Tracy Davis. Quiet. Brilliant at defensive magic. Theodore Knott. Reluctant at first, but his father's arrest changed him. Then select others from different houses. Luna Lovegood. Ravenclaw. She sees things others don't, reads people, predicts movements. Her dreamy demeanor hides tactical genius. Neville Longbottom, Gryffindor, no longer the scared boy from first year. His parents were tortured by Bellatrix. He wants revenge, and he's willing to learn. Susan Bones, Hufflepuff. Her Aunt Amelia is head of magical law enforcement. Hannah Abbott, also Hufflepuff, loyal, determined, better at combat magic than anyone expected. They're moles in their houses. Gathering information, reporting suspicious activity, creating a spy network. The focus is different from the DA, not defense against the dark arts. That's what Umbridge bans. Combat efficiency, how to win fights, not how to pass exams. Gray magic, not dark, not light, practical. Hermione teaches tactics first. She stands before the assembled guard, 15 students, wands ready. Combat is not about power, it's about strategy. She uses conjured models, miniature figures on a battlefield, if you're outnumbered. Never stand and fight. Retreat to a choke point, force them to come at you one at a time, if you're ambushed. Create chaos, smoke, light, sound, anything to break their focus. If you're defending, use terrain, high ground, cover. Obstacles, make them come to you on your terms. She teaches them battle formations, the wedge, for breaking through enemy lines, the circle, for defending against surrounding forces, the scatter, for escaping overwhelming numbers, each formation practiced until perfect. Ron teaches dueling, fast, brutal, effective. He pairs students up, forces them to fight, no pulling punches, no safe practice spells, real hexes, real shields, real danger. The training dummies heal injuries immediately, so students can push themselves and exceed them. Ron demonstrates, your wand work is too slow. You're winding up like you're swinging a bat. He shows the proper motion. Sharp, minimal, efficient, like this. Stupefy. The spell fires instantly, hits the target before it can dodge. Again, all of you. Faster, they practice for hours, until their arms ache, until the spells become reflex, not thought. Action. Harry teaches fear last, the hardest lesson, the most important. He stands in the center of the chamber, casts a spell Sirius taught him. Legilimency combined with illusion magic. The room darkens. Shadows writhe. Each student sees their worst fear. Daphne sees her family disowned. Penniless, Neville sees his parents. Tortured again, Luna sees herself alone. Forever outcast, they freeze, paralyzed. Harry's voice cuts through. Fear will kill you faster than any curse. You must learn to function through it, not ignore it, use it. Let fear sharpen your focus, heighten your senses, make you faster, stronger, more dangerous. He teaches them to breathe through panic, to cast spells with shaking hands, to think when their minds scream. It's brutal. Several students cry, but none quit, because they know war is coming, and Umbridge won't prepare them. Only the Serpent's Guard will. 3 times a week they train, Monday, Wednesday, Friday midnight to 2 a.m., while Umbridge sleeps. They build an army, 15 students, who fight like 50, who think like soldiers, who will be ready. When Voldemort comes, May 1996, Department of Mysteries, the vision Harry sees it in a dream. Sirius, tortured in the Department of Mysteries. He wakes gasping, tells Hermione it could be a trap. I know, but what if it's real? Then we go. But prepared, they alert the Serpent's Guard. 15 students, armed, trained, ready. They travel by Thestral. To the Ministry, the Department of Mysteries is dark, silent. They enter cautiously, find the Hall of Prophecy. Thousands of glowing orbs. Harry finds his. Row 97. The one with his name. He reaches for it. A voice speaks. Well, well. Harry Potter. Death Eaters emerge from the shadows. Lucius Malfoy leading. Masked, wand raised. Give me the prophecy, Potter. Harry grips his wand. Come and take it. The battle erupts. Death Eaters versus the Serpent's Guard. But these aren't students playing at defense. They're soldiers, trained in gray magic. Hermione casts binding spells. Chains erupt from the ground, wrap around Death Eaters. Ron duels 3 at once. Fast, efficient, no wasted movement. Daphne and Blaise work in tandem. One distracts, the other strikes. Neville surprises everyone, fighting like his parents once did. Brave, relentless. The Death Eaters retreat faster than expected. Confused by the students' skill, then the order arrives. Sirius, Lupin, Moody, Tonks. They join the fight. Bellatrix Lestrange cackles, targeting Sirius. She hits him with a spell. He staggers, falls toward the veil. Harry screams. Sirius falls through. Gone. Harry chases Bellatrix. Rage consuming him, she runs. Laughing, he corners her in the atrium. Raises his wand. Avada. A hand grabs his arm. Ron, do it. What? She killed our mentor. She deserves death. Ron raises his own wand, points it at Bellatrix. Avada Kedavra, green light shoots forward. Misses by inches. Bellatrix disappears. Hermione arrives, horrified. You cast the killing curse. Ron turns to her. Cold, yes. And I'd do it again. You crossed a line, Ron. We're past lines, Hermione. This is war. Harry says nothing, just stares at the spot where Sirius fell. Then Voldemort appears. In the Ministry atrium, facing Dumbledore. Fudge watches. Terrified, Voldemort and Dumbledore duel. The battle is catastrophic. Water, fire, glass. Magic at its highest level. Then Voldemort possesses Harry. Tries to force him to kill, but Harry resists. Uses the pact. The bond with Ron and Hermione. Love. Loyalty. Family. Voldemort can't stand it. Flees. Fudge stands alone, staring. He's back. He's really back. By morning, Fudge resigns. Rufus Scrimgeour becomes minister. Harry Potter, 15 years old, has won the political war. 6th year begins, but something is different. Ron feels it, a distance growing. Between him and the others, Harry and Hermione plan strategies, late at night, in whispers. They speak in shorthand, finish each other's thoughts. Ron watches, feels like a third wheel, like a weapon they pick up when needed, and set down when finished. He tries to ignore it, tells himself he's imagining things. But the feeling persists. October 1995. The Sirius inheritance, Sirius's will, is read. Everything goes to Harry. The Black Fortune, vast, ancient, Grimmauld Place. The ancestral home, the Wizengamot seat, political power, Harry inherits it all. Ron inherits nothing from his own family. The Weasleys have no fortune, no estates, no seats, just love and debt. Hermione comforts Harry, sits with him as he grieves. She doesn't comfort Ron, doesn't think he needs it. After all, he didn't lose Sirius, not the way Harry did, but Ron did. Sirius was his mentor too, his teacher, his friend. But nobody asks how Ron feels. Nobody notices his grief, except Lucius Malfoy, who watches and plans. December 1995, the Slug Club exclusion. Professor Slughorn returns. New potions master. He creates the Slug Club. Students he deems promising. Harry is invited to every event. Hermione too. Ron is invisible. At the first dinner, Slughorn looks at Ron. "Ah, Mr. Weasley, I thought you were the help." The room laughs. Ron's ears burn red. Harry and Hermione defend him. Ron is our friend professor. He's brilliant at strategy. Slughorn waves it off. Of course, just a joke. But the damage is done. Ron sits through the dinner, silent, humiliated, watching Harry and Hermione shine while he fades into the background. March 1996, the Horcrux hunt exclusion. Dumbledore takes Harry on a mission to find Horcruxes, pieces of Voldemort's soul, hidden, protected. Deadly Harry asks if Ron can come. Dumbledore hesitates. "I think it best we keep this between us, Harry. And Miss Granger, of course. Her research skills are invaluable." "What about Ron? We need someone to hold the fort. To keep the Serpent's Guard ready. Can you do that, Mr. Weasley?" Ron nods. Mechanical. "Of course, sir." Harry and Hermione leave. Ron stays behind, realizes they don't trust him with the secrets. They trust him with the grunt work. They see him as a soldier, not a general, not an equal. April 1996. The Lucius approach. Ron receives a letter, delivered by a nondescript owl. No return address. He opens it. Inside, documents. Weasley family records, estate deeds, ministry logs, forged, but convincing. They show the Weasley ancestral seat, sold to a Muggle developer. Arthur Weasley refusing to use magic to reclaim it, choosing poverty over compromise. A note attached. In Lucius Malfoy's handwriting, "Your family could have been lords. Your father chose poverty, and now Potter, who has everything, keeps you as a pet. Do you serve him, or do you serve the pact? Meet me if you want the truth." Ron crumples the letter, throws it away. But later, he retrieves it, reads it again and again. The seed is planted. May 1996, the breaking point, a Serpent's Guard meeting. Planning a defensive strategy, Ron proposes a flanking maneuver, using the terrain to split enemy forces. Hermione interrupts. "That won't work. You'll leave the center exposed." Ron defends it, only if they anticipate the split. "If we feint first," Hermione cuts him off. "No, Ron. That's too risky. We use the standard formation." Harry backs her up. Hermione's right. We can't afford casualties. Ron's face flushes. "I wasn't suggesting we could." But Hermione doesn't back down. "Your strategy would cost lives, Ron. We're not using it." The room is silent. Everyone watching. Ron realizes she just humiliated him. In front of their soldiers. In front of everyone. The meeting ends. Ron walks out. Harry follows. "Ron, she was just trying to keep everyone safe. By making me look incompetent, that's not what she meant. But that's what she did." Ron stops, turns. "I'm done being your lieutenant, Harry." Harry blinks. "What? I'm done being the third wheel, the one you use when it's convenient?" "Ron, you're not." "Yes, I am. And we both know it. You and Hermione, you're the brains. I'm just the muscle, the weapon you pick up when you need it." "That's not true." "Then why am I always left behind? Why am I never trusted with the real plans?" Harry is distracted, his mind on the Horcrux hunt. "Then be whatever you want, Ron. Just don't betray us." Ron hears, "You're replaceable." His world shatters. "Fine." He walks away. Harry watches him go. Doesn't realize. The pact is cracking. June 1996, the first meeting. Ron uses the room of requirement, requests a private space. Somewhere no one can listen. The room appears. Small, dark, secure. Lucius Malfoy is waiting. Disguised. Polyjuiced. Face of a stranger. But Ron knows the voice. "Mr. Weasley, I'm glad you came." Ron's wand is out, disappointed, steady despite his shaking hand. Say what you have to say, then leave. Lucius smiles, sits calmly, unhurried, direct. I appreciate that. Your family was once great. Did you know? Ron says nothing. Lucius continues. The Weasleys held estates in Devon, 3,000 acres, manor house, goblin-forged gates. Your family name was respected, feared even. But your great-grandfather lost it all. Gambling debts, poor investments, Goblin Rebellion of 1752. He sold the estates to pay what he owed. Ron's jaw clenches. Ancient history, is it? Because your father could have reclaimed it. How? Magic Mr. Weasley. Influence. Force. A well-placed imperious curse on the muggle who now owns the land. A few obliviations. Some carefully edited ministry records. Your family would have everything back. But Arthur chose principles over power. He chose poverty. Ron's hand shakes harder. My father is a good man. Lucius leans forward. Good men die poor Ron while their children suffer. You're lying. Lucius slides documents across the table. Parchment. Old. Official looking. Ministry seals, Weasley family crests. See for yourself. Ron picks them up, reads slowly, his face drains of color. Estate deed. Sold 1753. Current owner, Muggle Development Company. Location, still in Devon. Still standing, just. Not theirs anymore. Why are you showing me this? Lucius's voice is soft, almost kind. Because you deserve to know. You've been Potter's shadow for 5 years. His faithful lieutenant, his loyal soldier. And what has it earned you? Ron thinks of Grimmauld Place, of the Black Fortune, of the Wisengamot seat. All Harry's, while Ron has nothing. Lucius continues. Potter inherited wealth beyond measure. Granger will inherit through marriage or merit. Her brilliance guarantees it. But you, Ron, what do you inherit? Debt. Hand-me-downs. Pity. Ron's throat is tight. What do you want? I don't offer you gold, Mr. Weasley. Gold is temporary. Meaningless. I offer you a legacy, a choice. Continue serving Potter. Remain his shadow, his weapon, his pet. Or, take back what your family lost, become what you were meant to be. How? Lucius stands, paces. The Dark Lord needs information, locations of Horcruxes, Potter's plans, Dumbledore's strategies. You provide that, and I will restore your family's name. The estates, the seat, the respect, all of it. Ron looks at the documents again, at the manor his great-grandfather lost, at the life he could have had. He thinks of Harry, of Hermione, of the pact they swore, together or nothing. But they left him behind, treated him like he was replaceable, made him feel like nothing. Ron's voice is hoarse. I need to think. Lucius nods. Take your time, but not too much. The Dark Lord is not patient, and opportunities like this don't come twice. He pulls out a coin. Charmed, like the D.A. Galleons, when you're ready to talk. Heat this. I'll come. He places it on the table, then disappears. Polyjuice wearing off as he goes. Ron sits alone, holding the papers in one hand, the coin in the other, the proof of his family's fall, and the key to its restoration. He thinks of the pact, the blood oath, betray one, betray all, together or nothing. But what if they already betrayed him, by leaving him behind, by making him feel worthless, by treating him like a tool? The crack in the pact has become a chasm, and Ron stands at the edge, looking into the abyss, wondering if jumping is really betrayal or just self-preservation. He pockets the coin, doesn't throw it away, doesn't heed it, not yet, but he keeps it, and that is the first step toward disaster. September 1996, Rue of Requirement, secret meetings. Ron meets Lucius 3 more times. Each time the arguments grow stronger. Each time Ron's resistance weakens. October. Lucius brings more documents. Letters Arthur wrote to the ministry, declining promotions, refusing opportunities to advance, all because they required compromise, a little corruption, a few illegal spells, things other wizards do without question, but not Arthur Weasley. See, Ron, your father chose his principles, and you paid the price. November. Lucius brings financial records. The Weasley debt accumulated over generations. Bill works for Gringotts, but his salary barely covers their loans. Charlie lives in Romania to avoid the shame. Percy cut ties completely. Fred and George built a business from nothing, because their father gave them nothing. Your family is drowning, while Potter swims in gold he didn't earn. December, Lucius's final meeting. He doesn't bring documents. He brings a choice. The Dark Lord needs one piece of information. Just one. Tell us where the next Horcrux is hidden, and your family's estates will be restored. The debts erased. The shame ended. You don't have to join us, Ron. You don't have to take the mark. Just give us what we need. Ron stares at the floor. I need more time. Lucius stands. You've had months. The Dark Lord grows impatient. Next week, final answer. Or the offer disappears. He leaves. Ron sits alone, the coin burning in his pocket. January 1997, Hermione's Phantom List. Hermione's Phantom List. Her moving with precision. Too much precision. They know where the Order patrols. They avoid Auror sweeps perfectly. Someone is feeding them information, she tells Harry. Late night, common room. We have a spy. In the Serpent's Guard, or close to it. Harry's jaw clenches. Who? I don't know yet, but I have a plan. She pulls out a list. Fake Horcrux locations. I'll feed different information to different people. Whichever location gets leaked, that tells us who the spy is. What locations? She shows him. Vault 713 at Gringotts. Empty, she checked. The Shrieking Shack basement. Doesn't exist. Godric's Hollow graveyard. Too obvious. And Ron? Harry's voice is tight. If Ron's location leaks, we'll know. Hermione meets his eyes. Yes. Ron wouldn't. He wouldn't betray us, Harry. We have to consider. No. She says nothing. Just watches him, knowing what she knows, suspecting what she suspects, but letting him hope. For now. June 1997, Astronomy Tower, the infiltration. Death Eaters flood the castle. Through the vanishing cabinet, the one Draco Malfoy spent all year repairing, they emerge in the Room of Requirement, pour through the corridors, heading for the Astronomy Tower, where Dumbledore waits. Weakened from a Horcrux mission, barely able to stand, the Serpent's Guard responds, fighting in the corridors, holding the line. But they're overwhelmed. Too many Death Eaters. How did they get in? Hermione fights beside Daphne, casting shields, firing hexes. Someone should have been guarding the Room of Requirement. Who was assigned? Daphne's face goes pale. Ron, on the tower. Draco confronts Dumbledore, wand shaking. I have to kill you, or he'll kill my mother. Draco, you are not a killer, but I am. Severus Snape steps forward, raises his wand. Avada Kedavra, green light. Dumbledore falls, dead. The Death Eaters cheer. Then flee. Mission accomplished. June 1997, Common Room, the confrontation. After the battle, the Serpent's Guard gathers, counting losses. 3 students in the hospital wing. 1 dead. A 7th-year Slytherin, caught by a killing curse. Hermione's face is stone. Where were you, Ron? Ron stands in the corner, silent. You were supposed to be guarding the Room of Requirement. I was there. Then how did they get through? Ron's voice cracks. I don't know. Hermione steps forward. You knew. You let them in. No, the Phantom List, Ron. Vault 713. I fed you that location specifically, and Fenrir Greyback was spotted there 3 days ago, searching for the cup that doesn't exist. Ron's face drains. Hermione, I wasn't trying to what? Get Dumbledore killed? I didn't know that would happen. Lucius promised no one would die. The room goes silent. Harry enters. He heard everything. Walks slowly toward Ron. Doesn't shout. Doesn't rage. Just looks at him. You broke the pact. Ron's eyes fill with tears. Harry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. You swore an oath. Together or nothing, and you chose nothing. The blood oath activates. Ron screams. Magical chains erupt. Invisible to everyone else, but burning into his wrists, white hot. Agonizing, the mark of the Oathbreaker. Visible only to the 3 of them. 3 lines of the triquetra, now broken, shattered, bleeding. Ron collapses. Hermione watches. Face cold. No sympathy. Harry kneels beside him. You were my brother. Then stands, walks away. Ron lies on the floor, broken, in pain, and utterly alone. June 1997. The defection Ron flees that night. Can't stay at Hogwarts. Can't face them. The Oathbreaker mark burns constantly. A reminder of his betrayal, he goes to Lucius. Desperate. Broken. Lucius takes him to the Malfoy Manor. Protects him. From the Order's wrath. From his family's disappointment. Voldemort summons him. Sits on a throne in the drawing room. So, you are Potter's former lieutenant. Ron kneels, trembling. Yes, my lord. Tell me everything. Ron opens his mouth to spill every secret, every plan, every strategy. But he lies. The Horcrux hunt. He tells them it's in the north. It's actually in the south. The Order's movements. He reverses the timing, gives them false information, wrapped in enough truth to seem real. Voldemort listens. Satisfied, you will be useful, Ronald Weasley. More useful than you know. Ron bows his head, hating himself. But committed now, he's broken the pact, but he hasn't fully turned. Not yet. July 1997, the false Horcrux. Ron tells Voldemort the next piece of information. Carefully, deliberately. A mix of truth and lies. The Hufflepuff Cup is in Gringotts. Vault 713. This information comes from the Phantom List. Hermione's trap. Ron knows it's false, but Voldemort doesn't. The Dark Lord leans forward. You're certain? Ron forces himself to meet those red eyes. Yes, my lord. Potter mentioned it specifically. Said they'd retrieve it after the school year. Voldemort smiles. Then we strike first. He summons Fenrir Greyback. The werewolf enters. Savage. Hungry. You will take a team to Gringotts, break into Vault 713, retrieve the cup, kill anyone who interferes. Fenrir grins, showing yellow teeth. With pleasure, my lord. Ron watches them prepare, feels sick, but committed. This is his life now. Lies upon lies, hoping he can protect something, even as he destroys everything. The raid happens at midnight. Fenrir and 6 Death Eaters. They blast through Gringotts wards, overpower the goblins, descend to the vault. The deeper they go, the more confident Fenrir becomes. We're going to win, finally, a real victory. They reach Vault 713, ancient, sealed, protected. But not protected enough. They break through. The vault door swings open. Inside, nothing. Empty stone chamber. Except a howler, sitting on a pedestal, glowing red. Fenrir reaches for it. It explodes. Not with sound, with Hermione's voice, amplified. Magical, mocking. Did you really think we'd tell Ron the truth? He's been a liability for months. Everything he's given you is a lie. Signed Hermione Granger. Then the real explosion. Fire, force, magic. The vault collapses. Fenrir and 2 Death Eaters escape, burned, wounded, humiliated. The others die, crushed beneath Gringotts stone. They return to Voldemort, report their failure. The Dark Lord's rage is catastrophic. He destroys half the drawing room. Furniture exploding. Windows shattering. Then he turns to Ron. Explain. Ron's mind races, desperately searching for an answer. They must have suspected someone was feeding you information. Changed the locations, set traps. Voldemort advances. Wand raised. Or you are still loyal to them. No, my lord, I swear. Crucio, Ron screams. The curse is worse than anything he's felt. Worse than the Oathbreaker mark. Worse than his guilt. Pure agony, lasting forever. When it lifts, Ron lies gasping, twitching, broken. Voldemort kneels beside him, voice soft, deadly. You have one more chance, Ronald. Give me real information, or I will give you to Fenrir, and let him play with you, until there's nothing left. Ron nods, can't speak, just nods, terrified, trapped. Lucius watches from the corner, satisfied, he has what he wanted. Ron destroyed, Potter isolated. The pact shattered, everything proceeding as planned. July 1997, the separation. Harry and Hermione don't attend Bill's wedding. Too dangerous. Too many people. They go into hiding immediately. Just the two of them. The dynamic shifts. Without Ron, they're colder, sharper, more efficient, but also lonelier. They don't argue. Don't banter, just plan, execute, move. Harry keeps Ron's old chess set in his pack, doesn't play it, just. carries it. Hermione keeps a photo. From year 1, 3 first years at the Slytherin table. Young, united, hopeful. She looks at it sometimes, late at night, when Harry sleeps, and cries silently for what they lost. August 1997, the chamber base. They return to Hogwarts, not through the front gates, through the Basilisk Tunnel, the Chamber of Secrets entrance, Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. They descend. Into the chamber, it's theirs now, has been since year 2. They make it their base. Hermione sets up wards, powerful, intricate, unbreakable. Harry uses the basilisk. The creature is loyal, guards them, hunts for them. Hermione researches, uses the snake's magical senses to detect Horcruxes. The basilisk can feel soul wounds, torn pieces, hidden darkness. Where Harry asks in Parseltongue, the serpent closes its eyes, tastes the air, gold, deep beneath earth, guarded by dragon. That's the cup. Gringotts, more, crown, lost place, many objects. Echoes of need, room of requirement, the diadem. The basilisk coils tired, ancient, dying, but loyal, always loyal. October 1997, Gringotts heist. They plan carefully. Hermione studies the bank's layout, guard rotations, vault locations. They infiltrate using polyjuice. Hermione as Bellatrix Lestrange, hair from her robes at Malfoy Manor. Harry as a random Death Eater, face, generic, forgettable. They enter Gringotts, approach the teller. The Lestrange vault, please. The goblin's eyes narrow, suspicious. But Hermione plays Bellatrix perfectly. Cruel, impatient, dangerous. The goblin leads them down. Deep beneath the bank, they pass the dragon, chained, blind, scarred, trained to fear pain. Hermione's face hardens. We're freeing it. When we leave, no matter what. They reach the vault. The goblin opens it. Inside, treasure, gold, artifacts, dark objects, and the cup, small, gold, badger engraved, pulsing with dark magic. Harry reaches for it, but the Gemino curse activates. Treasure multiplies, cascading, burning. They're buried. Hermione casts. Reducto blasts a path. Harry grabs the cup. They run. But goblins swarm, alarms blaring, spells flying. They're trapped. Harry speaks Parseltongue. Across the distance, through the magical link, to the basilisk in the chamber. Come, I need you. The serpent hears, rises from its lake, crashes through stone and ward. Arrives at Gringotts in minutes. 60 feet of ancient fury. The goblins flee. The dragon roars. Harry frees it. Diffindo on the chains. Then speaks to it. The language dragons understand. Sister, we freed you. Help us escape. The dragon agrees. They climb onto its back. The basilisk follows. Breaking through the ceiling, into London daylight, people scream. Dragons, basilisks, chaos. They escape. Barely, but victorious. December 1997. Diadem discovery. The basilisk senses the next Horcrux. Room of requirement. They return to Hogwarts. The castle is occupied now. Death Eaters patrol the halls. Carrows teach dark arts a standard curriculum, but the trio know the duo, know the castle better. They infiltrate at night, find the room. Mountains of junk, centuries of lost objects. The diadem sits on a shelf, dusty, forgotten, radiating malevolence. Harry takes it, feels the pull. The temptation, wit beyond measure, is man's greatest treasure. He could wear it, become smarter, faster, better. But he knows better, Hermione's voice. Destroy it, now. He uses the basilisk fang, stabs the diadem. It shrieks. Black smoke pours out. The Horcrux dies. But Voldemort feels it, across the country. In Malfoy Manor, he screams. Clutches his chest. Someone is destroying them. Someone knows. He sends Death Eaters to Hogwarts, to guard the castle, to find whoever is hunting his Horcruxes. But they're too late. Harry and Hermione are gone, back to the chamber, planning the next move. March 1998, the revelation. Basilisk venom, the cup melts. Screams, D's. Harry has a vision. Voldemort's rage. Overwhelming, he collapses. Hermione catches him. Harry, he looks at her. Face pale. I know what I am. What? I'm the 7th Horcrux. Hermione goes still. No. Yes, I saw it, in Voldemort's mind. The night he attacked my parents. His soul was so unstable. When my mother's protection rebounded the curse, a piece of him broke off, latched onto the only living thing in the room. Me. Hermione backs away, shaking her head. No. There has to be another answer. She researches for weeks, every book on Horcruxes, every ancient text on soul magic, looking for a way to save him, but finds nothing. Harry watches her, calm, resigned. You know I'm right. The question is, will you let me die when the time comes? Hermione looks at him, eyes red from crying. I don't know. April 1998, the Nagini trap. They can't kill Nagini directly. Voldemort keeps her too close, so they set a trap. Lure him to the chamber by destroying Horcruxes publicly. They take the diadem remains, burn them in the Great Hall. During a Death Eater occupation, students watch, teachers watch, Carrows try to stop them, but the basilisk emerges, protects them. The diadem burns. Voldemort feels it, sends Nagini to investigate. The snake slithers through the castle, follows their scent. To the chamber, Harry waits, commands the basilisk in Parseltongue. Kill her. The basilisk obeys. The snake battle is catastrophic. Two ancient serpents, one loyal, one enslaved. They crash through walls, destroy half the dungeons, stone crumbling, magic exploding. Finally, the basilisk's fangs find Nagini's throat, rips, tears, kills. Najee dies. The basilisk collapses. Wounded, exhausted, but victorious. Harry kneels beside it. Thank you, old friend. The serpent's eyes close. You have been a good master, better than he ever was. Sleep now. The basilisk dies. Harry stands. Hermione beside him. Only one Horcrux remains. Him. May 2nd, 1998. The siege. Voldemort lays siege to Hogwarts. His army vast, Death Eaters, giants, Dementors. Dark creatures from every corner of Britain. The defenders are few. The Order, the teachers, some students. They're losing, slowly, inevitably. Then the chamber doors open. Harry and Hermione emerge. Students see them. Potter, Granger. The Serpent's Guard rallies. Those still loyal, Daphne, Blaise, Neville, Luna. They fight alongside the DA remnants. Two armies, united, against Voldemort. The tide shifts. Not much, but enough to give hope. May 2nd, 1998. Ron's arrival. A figure walks across the courtyard, wearing Death Eater robes. Black, silver mask, everyone assumes. Enemy, wands raise. Then he removes the mask. Ron Weasley. Hermione's wand points at him. Get back. Ron stops, 10 feet away. I'm not here to fight you. Then why are you here? To finish the pact. Harry steps forward. The pact is broken, Ron. Ron meets his eyes. Then I'll die fixing it. May 2nd, 1998. Three-way duel. Voldemort targets Harry. Red eyes gleaming. Finally, we end this. Bellatrix targets Hermione, cackling. I'll carve my name into your skin, mudblood. Ron steps between them, wand raised. You'll have to go through me. The trio fights together. One last time. Harry duels Voldemort Elder Wand versus Holly and Phoenix. Matched, equal, deadly. Hermione duels Bellatrix. Faster, smarter, ruthless. Ron fights whoever comes close, protecting his friends. Even though they hate him, even though he broke their trust, a Death Eater fires at Harry. Ron throws himself in the way. The Cruciatus curse hits him instead. He screams, writhes, falls. Hermione sees, casts a blood word. Gray magic. Sirius taught them. The ward surrounds Ron, protects him from further attack. She doesn't forgive him, but she won't let him die. Not yet. May 2nd, 1998. The sacrifice Harry realizes. He's the last Horcrux, as long as he lives. Voldemort can't die. He walks toward the Forbidden Forest. Hermione follows. Where are you going? To end this. She grabs his arm. No, there has to be another way. There isn't. Ron staggers after them. Bleeding. Burned. Barely standing, grabs Harry's other arm. If you die, I die. That's the pact. Harry looks at him. You already broke it. Ron's voice is steady. Then let me earn it back. Hermione realizes. The pact of necessity. It was always about three. If one dies willingly for the other two, the oath is fulfilled. Harry, if you walk into that forest, and Ron follows, and you both die for me, the pact will kill me too. Harry stops. Then come with us. All three of us, together or nothing. She takes his hand. Together or nothing. They walk into the forest, side by side, the way they'll end. May 2nd, 1998, King's Cross. Harry wakes, but not in the forest, in a white space, vast, endless, bright, King's Cross. The liminal space between life and death. Dumbledore sits on a bench. Hello, Harry. Harry stands. Am I dead? Not quite. Not yet. Can I go back? Do you want to? Harry thinks of Hermione, of Ron. Of the war, yes. Then you can. But know this, the Horcrux inside you is gone. Voldemort's killing curse destroyed it. Not you. You're free, Harry, a voice speaks. Ron's voice, hey mate. Harry turns. Ron stands there, translucent, ghost-like, but smiling. What are you doing here? Earning back the pact. You're not dead. Not yet. But I will be. Ron. I screwed up, Harry, I know that, but I'm fixing it. I threw myself in front of Hermione when Bellatrix tried to kill her. The curse hit me instead. I'm dying. But the pact magic, it's protecting you both, letting you come back. Ron. Tell Hermione. Ron's smile is sad. Tell her I always knew she was the smart one. He fades. Gone. Harry screams. Ron. But he's alone. With Dumbledore. Go back, Harry. Finish this. Harry opens his eyes. May 2nd, 1998. The courtyard final duel. Harry wakes on the forest floor. Voldemort stands over him. Triumphant. Harry Potter is dead. But Harry isn't dead. He stands. Wand raised. Voldemort staggers back. Impossible. Harry's voice is cold. You're mortal now, Tom. No Horcruxes left. Just a man. They duel. The final battle. Magic at its peak. Spells colliding. Earth shaking. The crowd watches. Silent. Breathless. Voldemort fires the killing curse. Harry counters with Expelliarmus. The Elder Wand answers to Harry because he disarmed Dumble. The wand refuses Voldemort. The curse rebounds. Hits Voldemort. He falls. Body crumpling. Dead. Finally. Truly. Permanently dead. The crowd erupts. Cheering. Crying. Celebrating. Harry doesn't join them. Doesn't shout in triumph. Just looks at the battlefield. At the bodies. The destruction. The cost of victory. He turns. Walks away from the celebration toward the dungeons. Toward the chamber where Hermione waits. Holding Ron's body. He's gone, Harry. I know. He saved us. I know. Was it worth it? Harry sits beside her. I don't know. They sit in silence. Two survivors of a war that took everything, including their brother. June 1998. Ron's funeral. They bury Ron in the Slytherin common room. In a hidden crypt, ancient chamber beneath the dungeons. Reserved for true serpents. Those who died protecting the house. The Weasley family attends. Molly sobs uncontrollably. She blames Harry. You got my son killed. Harry doesn't defend himself, stands silent, accepting her grief, her rage. But Hermione steps forward. Ron chose this, Mrs. Weasley. He died saving us. Honor that. Don't diminish his sacrifice by making it Harry's fault. Molly crumbles. George places Ron's chessboard on the grave. The lieutenant earned his rest. The funeral ends. Harry and Hermione leave. Together. Always together now. July 1998, political aftermath. The Wizengamot convenes. Wants to reward Harry. Titles, honors, positions. He refuses everything, except one demand. Reform. He and Hermione draft new laws. The Slytherin Accords. Dismantling pure blood supremacy. Regulating dark magic research. Not banning. Regulating, creating oversight for the ministry. Accountability, transparency. The old families resist, but they lost the war. They have no power anymore. The Accords pass, unanimously, August 1998. The Ancient Thrones. Harry claims the Black Seat permanently. Hermione through political maneuvering. And her war record is offered a newly created seat. Muggleborn representatives, the first of its kind. They become the youngest Wesson-Gamut members in history, Harry 19, Hermione 18. At the ceremony, they don't smile, don't celebrate, just accept the burden, the responsibility of shaping the future. September 1998, Serpent's Guard disbanded. Harry calls one final meeting. The war is over. We won. But the Guard ends here. Most of you will return to normal lives. Some will become allies, political, personal. But we are no longer soldiers. Daphne and Blaise nod, already planning their futures. Neville looks sad, but understanding. Luna just smiles. You'll still fight Harry, just different battles now. One person visits Harry privately. Draco Malfoy, broken, guilty. I helped them kill Dumbledore. I know. I can't. I can't take it back. No. But you can spend the rest of your life fixing it. How? Dismantle your father's legacy. Every policy, every law, every bribe. Undo the damage the Malfoy name caused. Draco nods. I will. Then we're done here. Draco leaves. First step toward redemption. October 1998. Chamber Memorial. Harry and Hermione return to the chamber. One last time, the basilisk is dying. Ancient. Tired. Its purpose fulfilled. Harry stays with it. Speaks Parseltongue. You protected us, old friend. The serpent's voice is weak. You were a good master, better than any. Sleep now. I am. Tired, Harry places his hand on the serpent's scales. Thank you for everything. The basilisk closes its eyes, dies. Peacefully, Harry and Hermione seal the chamber. Forever, no one will enter again. The age of Slytherin's secrets ends here. September 1st, 2017. Platform 9 3/4, Epilogue. 19 years later, Platform 9 3/4 is crowded. Families saying goodbye. Children boarding the Hogwarts Express. Harry and Hermione stand slightly apart, their children beside them, 2 kids each. James Sirius Potter, 14, Gryffindor 3rd year, his father's confidence. Rose Granger, 13, Ravenclaw 2nd year, her mother's brilliance. Albus Severus Potter, 11, 1st year, unsorted, nervous. Hugo Granger, 11, 1st year, unsorted, excited. The younger boys fidget. Albus looks at his father. Dad, what if I'm in Slytherin? Harry kneels, eye level with his son. Then you'll be in Slytherin. But everyone says Slytherin is where the dark wizards come from. Harry's expression hardens slightly. Everyone is wrong. Slytherin is where survivors come from. Where leaders come from. Some of the greatest people I knew were Slytherins. Hermione adds gently. The house doesn't make you who you are, Albus. You make the house what it becomes. But what if people hate me? Harry and Hermione exchange glances. A lifetime of pain in that look. Then you find the people who don't. And you hold on to them, no matter what. Hugo asks the question all children ask. What house will we be in? Hermione kneels beside Harry. Her voice is soft but firm. Whichever one teaches you to survive, and if it's Slytherin, she smiles. Cold, regal, the smile of someone who ruled from shadows. Then you'll rule it. The Hogwarts Express whistles. 5 minutes to departure. The children hug their parents, board the train. James and Rose lead their younger siblings to a compartment, showing them the ropes, the way older students do. Harry and Hermione stand on the platform, watching the train disappear. Other families leave, chatting, laughing, planning their days. Harry and Hermione remain, silent. Finally, Hermione speaks. Do you ever regret it? What? Slytherin. The path we took, everything that happened. Harry considers. No, we survived, we won, we changed the world. But I wish Ron had survived too. Hermione's eyes glisten. She doesn't cry often, hasn't cried in years. But this still hurts. He made his choice, Harry, I know. He died fixing it. I know. But I still wish. She doesn't finish. Doesn't need to. Harry takes her hand. The same way he has for 20 years. Come on. We have a Wizen-Gamot session this afternoon. The Education Reform Bill. Hermione straightens. Business mode. Right. Daphne said she'd support it if we compromise on the Creature Rights Clause. We're not compromising on that, then we need Blaise's vote. I'll talk to him. They walk away from Platform 9 3/4. hand in hand. Two survivors who rebuilt the wizarding world, not with light, but with calculated darkness. Not with hope, but with strategic cunning, not by being heroes, but by being necessary. Behind them, the Hogwarts Express speeds north, carrying a new generation, who will learn a different history, where Harry Potter and Hermione Granger are honored, but not entirely trusted, where their methods are studied, but not always approved, where their legacy is complicated, gray, like the magic they mastered, and in Slytherin House, where a new generation of serpents gathers. They tell stories of the trio who ruled from the dungeons, of the pact that broke and mended, of the lieutenant who died to earn redemption, of the war won through shadows, not light. The students ask, were they heroes? The older students answer, they were survivors, and in Slytherin, that's the highest praise, because survival requires sacrifice, requires ruthlessness, requires doing what heroes won't. And Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and yes, even Ronald Weasley did exactly that. They survived, they won. They changed everything, not by being good, but by being necessary. The world didn't deserve them, but Merlin knows. It needed them. The legacy in the dungeons of Hogwarts, where 3 children once made a pact to survive. A new generation of serpents gathers. They've heard the stories, the Slytherin trio, who fought a dark lord, not with light, but with darkness, who won a war, not through hope, but through strategy, who changed everything, not by being good, but by being necessary. One young student asks, were they heroes? An older student answers, they were survivors. And in the end, that's worth more than heroism. That's worth everything. The world didn't deserve them, but it needed them. And in the dungeons of Hogwarts, where shadows reign, where ambition thrives, where cunning wins, a new generation will learn what Harry Potter and Hermione Granger taught. Power isn't given, it's taken. Final image. The Slytherin common room. Empty, silent, a plaque on the wall. 3 names engraved: Harry James Potter, Hermione Jean Granger, Ronald Bilious Weasley, the Slytherin trio. Together or nothing, below it. A chess piece, Ron's knight, a wand, Hermione's, and a serpent carving Harry's, monuments to a pact that broke, was mended, and ultimately saved the world. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.